little bit creaky. This is a good time to talk about L&K, or Lauren and Clement. It's here on the headrest. But this just feels a little bit classier, and I really like it. The Skoda Enyaq is one of Ireland's favourite electric family SUVs. Very popular in both the new and used car market. This is the 2026 model, so it's had the facelift. And what I have here is also the 130 edition, which is interesting because it's a special one marketed in Ireland to celebrate 130 years of Skoda as a car manufacturer, would you believe? In this video, I'm going to tell you what's new for the 130 edition. It is based around an Enyaq 85 in terms of battery, performance, but with a few more equipment features. So if you're interested in buying an Enyaq in 2026, do stay watching. The range kicks off with the Enyaq 60, and that's up to 430 kilometres of range. But I think of more interest Irish buyers is going to be the Enyaq 85 with up to 573 kilometres. Though you do lose about 10 kilometres with the 130 edition because of the larger alloy wheels. So they do look beautiful, and I think in real world driving you won't even notice that difference. This retails at just under €49,000, so you're paying about a €3,000 premium over a standard Enyaq 85, which, to be fair, that is already a very well spec'd car, and it has the same battery and performance as this. There are also Sportline and RS models for even more performance. Definitely one of the most successful facelifts I've seen in recent years. I love what they've done with the Enyaq. So Skoda now spelled out here, and this thin black panel that hides the radar and sensors, but it looks really cool as well. Very sleek, and these slim LED headlights. There's lots of sculpting in the bonnet, and they call this their tech deck face. We see this on the L-Rock as well. So I think they've made this into a really good looking car, very modern, very stylish. The 130 edition has also had a wheel upgrade. So the standard wheel is 20 inch, but this one is on 21 inch, multi-spoke design. They look beautiful, really classy. So altogether, I think this is a really nice spec for the car, particularly with this metallic grey. This is a good time to talk about L&K, or Lauren and Clement. It's here on the headrest, and actually also when you start it up. So I have a feeling this is an Enyaq L&K that might be sold in other markets, but it's marketed here as a 130 edition. But that's okay, because L&K, or Lauren and Clement, was always about the most luxurious feeling Skodas. And this feels really good. I absolutely adore this cream and black colour scheme. It's very classy, and the gorgeous seats with a little bit of brown piping. They are really lovely, and you sink into them. Now they are heated and ventilated, but they're actually heated and ventilated in all Enyaqs. Enyaq tends to be very well spec'd for the Irish market. You get everything on the car, including the heated steering wheel and the 13-inch touchscreen wireless smartphone charging. This comes with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It looks great, the graphics are crisp. You do have a lot of touch control with it. So for example, the ventilation controls here at the bottom, but you can set shortcuts at the top. There's also some proper physical shortcut buttons down here. So you can put up the climate menu or adjust your drive mode. So it's actually one of the better systems. It's not as minimalist as, say, Tesla Model Y or the Xpeng G6. And even compared to the Volkswagen ID4, I think this is a nicer interior. And really, it always has been, even though they share underpinnings, batteries, and all the rest of the stuff. This just feels a little bit warmer and friendly, a bit more traditional. Let's be honest, it's a Skoda, so it's all about the space and practicality. And Enyaq really doesn't disappoint for an electric SUV. So this is 585 litres. It's huge. You get the powered tailgate is standard on every Enyaq, not just the 130 edition. And it's just all about the design of this boot. So you've got the low sill, you've got the wide opening. There's also a retractable parcel shelf. There's hooks, there's space at the side to put things. And you've got your simply clever features like the Velcro dividers. You get the sense that this was cleverly designed with family buyers in mind right from the start, because the door openings are really wide, so it's easy to get in and out. But also if you have to fix child seats, and you do have the ISOFIX on the two outer seats, but also the front passenger seat. Then the legroom, really generous. And that seat is set for me, but I've loads extra here, so even if you had a taller driver, there'd be plenty. Good middle seat with space for someone to put their feet, and then lots of comfort features like tri-zone climate control, and that is standard across every Enyaq. There's also 2 USB-C ports. There's pockets in the back of those seats. There's deep door bins, pull down armrest with some cup holders carefully hidden, and that hatch does actually open through to the boot. A little bit creaky, not much use of that yet. I'm sure it would loosen up. This being the 130 edition for Ireland, it gets that opening sunroof, which is a lovely feature. It adds lots of light, and because of the position of it, they've started it here, not back here. It means that it doesn't impede on headroom for passengers. This is the Enyaq 85 with 82 kilowatt hour battery. It's 77 kilowatt hour usable. You've got 286 horsepower to the rear wheels, so plenty of power. 545 newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 in 6.7 seconds. So it's very smooth and responsive to drive. There are a few drive modes that you can access through the screen. There is a shortcut button to bring those up quickly, but to be fair, I'm just leaving it in the normal mode and it's doing absolutely fine because it's not really a sporty SUV. It handles fine, it's solid and it's secure, but it wouldn't be as playful as something like the Tesla Model Y. There is a bit of road noise as well. That does tend to be a problem with SUVs and cars built on the Volkswagen Group's MEB platform, so it could be a bit quieter overall. And the ride quality is generally fine, but certainly you can feel it reacting to any lumps or bumps in the tarmac, and the 21-inch wheels are probably not helping matters either. So for that ultimate luxury driving experience and a softer ride quality, the versions with the dynamic chassis control are definitely better in that regard. They give a much more plush upmarket feel, but you're either going to have to take an option for that or go for one of the higher spec models like even an RS. This is fine generally, I would say, for an electric SUV like this. It's not crashing around the place all the same. There's no paddles for regen braking in this one. Again, you'd have to spec up for that. But you do have this B mode on your drive selector, so you just slot into that and you get that stronger regen. So it's handy if you want to slow down, maybe coming up to a roundabout, or if you're coming into a town and there's traffic, you can do that very simply. So this offers up to 563 kilometers of range, but in my experience it's actually really very efficient, and the facelift definitely helped. It now has a smoother aerodynamic design, particularly at the front. So I'm averaging about 15.1 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. That points at about 500 kilometers on a single battery charge. Now granted, we're entering the Irish summer now, it's May, so temperatures are better than what they were, but I think it's doing very well. I was impressed with that. I really like the interior of this, the wheels and the sunroof. They are lovely little touches. They're not dramatic changes, and what I would say is the Enyaq 85 is a very well spec'd car for the Irish market, so that might be all you need, but this just feels a little bit classier and I really like it. That's all for the cabin of the Skoda Enyaq 130 edition. Let me know what you think of it. Do you like it? Would you buy it if you're looking for an electric SUV, or maybe something else entirely? You can find more car reviews on changinglanes.ie. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.